leaders of the front court for both of these clubs. It's game 3 from Windsor. We are underway. London wins the tip. And right away, Jermaine Haley is defended by Quinnell Brown. Sharp cross-court pass inside to White, and it's poked away by Ja'Kai Taylor, who has to get a shot going because he's had difficulty being consistent with the points in the last few games.
Like I said, everyone's got to have their on game tonight. And a big turnover early in this game. Obviously, both teams have all of their pretty much best players out right now. Trying to get a hot start. Quinnell Brown, a little bit of a slip up there, sends it out of bounds.
And it should be pointed out, too, that William Claiborne is not only a scorer inside, but he gets set up for those good opportunities like he almost did right there. So the ball goes back to London as we're 40 seconds into the ball game.
Of course, that's what Claiborne's kind of known for, but again, he can do it all. He can put up some good points as well.
Here's Terry Thomas into Haley. He almost threw it away, and they find Terry Thomas. Butterfingers for this possession. Shot clock winding down, and he misses the triple, but it goes back to Jermaine Haley. Real estate, and he flings the three and scores. So Jermaine Haley, nobody was guarding him for that second chance opportunity.
Seems like an easy play for him, for sure.
That opens up the scoring for London. That's what they do best as the NBL Canada's elite team, number 1 versus number 4. The Express had an 8-16 record in the regular season, 7-5 record at home, and Ja'Kai Taylor couldn't control it before it goes backcourt violation. So we're already seeing some unnecessary turnovers from both of these clubs, 2 for Windsor. So up the court, Jordan Burns, one of the newcomers for the London Lightning from San Antonio, Texas. Over to Jermaine Haley, another goal at the 3. It's good, and it's a 6-0 lead for the London Lightning right away.
This is exactly what the Express did not want to do to start off here. We don't want to give London any sort of lead and let them get comfortable.
Here's Nick Garth, straightaway 3 off the front, follows through with his own rebound and tight ropes the sideline. Billy White to Ja'Kai Taylor.
They're going to work that magic passing that they usually do with Ja'Kai Taylor coming in.
And he misses, and that's usually one of his signature shots as he goes up against one of his opponents and kisses it off the high glass. That one doesn't go. Cameron Forte blocked and fouled, and that may send him to the line. So William Claiborne with the foul, and that will send Cameron Forte to the line. And I mentioned in one of the pregame videos that his post moves in the paint has been his forte as he knocks down the first free throw. He's had a pretty good season,
to say the least, for sure.
And he knocks both of them down. 8-0 is the score. And the Express off to a slow start.
Again, we always talk about the hot starts and that it's very crucial in these games, but they're so tight, they can come back at any time. They want to create the momentum and make a statement out at the front, but of course, you know, these games can come down to the wire. There's still lots of time ahead of us.
9:30 to go here in the opening quarter. And when it comes to that extra time, Drake, the Windsor Express knows how to dominate. However, when it comes to the second half, it's a different story as Jermaine Haley goes for the floater, and that hits off the top.
We'll see where we get to at that point. But, of course, as we mentioned, having leads in previous games leading into the halves and whatnot, they definitely need to be wary that these games, they're not over until it's over.
Garth knocks down the 3. So that breaks the cold spell for them, as they're now down 5 with under 9 minutes to go in the first. Here's Burns finding Amir Williams. Back to Haley. Forte putting the moves on White. And that shot is flat as day-old soda as the ball goes the other way. So that's a break for the Express. Here's White. Yes. Billy White from downtown. Back-to-back triples for the Express, and they find themselves right back in the ball game.
A little bit of heat. And again, just like that, two-point game.
Jordan Burns with the leaner off. Here's Forte, and it's taken away. Here comes Ja'Kai Taylor on the run. He puts it up, no good. William Claiborne couldn't get it, but it will stay with the Express.
That's good, but that is 2 for Ja'Kai Taylor now. High off the board. Not like him. Definitely not like him.
Ja'Kai Taylor is known for scoring in bunches, but in the last few games, especially in the last game this past Tuesday night, Drake scored under 10 points. 4 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal, even though he averages 13.5 points per game in the postseason. Whistle down near the floor with 8:15 to go.
Unfortunately, that's been unfortunate for the Windsor Express, and Ja'Kai Taylor just kind of being off his game a little bit lately.
Windsor looking to either tie or lead here in this possession. Claiborne, the wheels fall off on him, and they couldn't control the ball. Heartbreak City as Claiborne
right on the line
tried to outmaneuver Amir Williams. So too much of the fancy moves here in the early stages of game 3.
Time to keep it simple.
Here's Burns guarded by Garth. Cameron Forte up, no good. And that is a rare miss for Forte as the ball is pushed up by White. Here's White zigzagging right into the lane. They count it. They count it in a foul. For a second there, I thought they were going to call the foul on the floor and not allow continuation, but the Express get a break.
Yeah, and a little bit of the basketball gods being on their side there as Kumanel Brown slips. We get a rare miss from Cameron Forte, and we bring it back now with a chance with Billy White to take the lead.
Billy White has been the man for the entire season as that free throw is missed.
Another rare miss.
Now, that's been one of the problems for the Windsor Express, too. They missed a handful of free throws, and there were a number of games in the regular season where they would miss those free throws, and they would miss by those points as Terry Thomas gets things going on his end for the 3. It's an 11-8 Lightning lead. And Rodney Jones is on the sidelines. He had a great concert over at the lounge of the WFCU Center earlier this evening as Billy White connects with the triple. So this is the second tie for the night.
Yeah, we got a game, it looks like now, just like that.
Thomas on the fake. Gets the screen from Williams. Here's Chris Jones, activated after being suspended for a month in the regular season, and that shot is short. Good defense from the Express as Billy White brings it up the floor again. Crossover dribble, finding Quinnell Brown for 3. Off the mark. And Chris Jones, a good game off the bench in game 1. As he comes off the bench too, as Amir Williams gets the jump hook to go and gives the Lightning the lead again. Almost halfway into the first quarter. And it's taken away by Williams. Here comes the Lightning again. And Forte gets fouled by Billy White. So it appears that Cameron Forte will head back to the line, not before a change. Marcus Anderson coming in for the Express, and Abendigo Lufile checking in for the Bolts. So Cameron Forte at the line. There's his stats, a near double-double performance in the first 2 games of the playoffs.
If I'm not mistaken, tonight is his first trip to the line earlier today and second already.
And misses the second free throw.
Wow.
And those free throws are very tough.
Yeah, that was a bouncer. The technicality.
The Express will take it, though. Here's Ja'Kai Taylor for 3. That goes off the mark, back tapped, and it will go to the Bolts after this media timeout. We have a timeout on the floor. It is game 3 of the NBL Canada playoff series between the Lightning and the Express, and the Lightning are up 14-11.
the new deluxe pizza sub from Subway. Tasty pizza bread filled with your favorite pizza toppings. Don't forget the napkins. Dig in to Subway's new deluxe pizza sub today.
2-point game for the Windsor Express as we welcome you back here to the WFCU Center. London wanting to end this series tonight. Meanwhile, the Express want to extend the series into a Game 4. And Drake, despite the 3-point deficit for the Express right now, they are really holding their own. However, they have to take care of those turnovers.
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to be key to this game. Again, for both teams, a lot of turnovers for London as well. But if you look at the stats, London just has a slight edge on them right now in all categories. So the Express really making a pushback in the last few minutes here. We'll see what plays out.
Is an offensive foul. The ball will go the other way. So the ball goes the other way for the Windsor Express. And this is another good opportunity for them. If they're able to force London into getting those fouls, it could work in their favor. So far, London 3 fouls, Windsor 2 out of the media timeout. Here's Shakai Taylor, pull up 3, in and out. Anderson tried to tap it, but Terry Thomas picks up the board. My mistake, that's Chris Jones. Slicing right to the basket is taken away. Will the Express save it? No, they will not. It will go to London. It looked like they were going to save it. However, too many people on the assignment. And Tanner Stuckman is in the game, a fan favorite here in Windsor after a terrific game he had in the last home game last Friday. 7 on the shot clock. Here's Chris Jones, basket weaving right in. And here's Thomas. Can't get the 2 to go, but he gets his own rebound. And that was one of the problems for the Windsor Express in Game 2, those offensive rebounds.
Again, everything comes down to X's and O's in these games.
Here's Adams. No. Lance Adams unable to hit. And now it will stay with the Lightning, and Akeem Ellis is into the game. And what a confidence booster this guy has been since he came to the Express a few weeks ago.
Hollywood Ellis, like we say, it's getting the crowd hyped up, getting the team hyped up. Just a great morale guy for sure, and a skilled player. I mean, this guy's putting up double digits almost every night.
Do you believe he was one of the guys that hyped the crowd up when the lights went down here a moment ago as that shot is missed? And there he is on the rebound. Anderson, real estate, he has a 3, and it goes in. What a tap dancer. A little skip to my Lou and ties the things up.
Just building the suspense and making it a little bit entertaining for us.
It is nothing but suspense here in the NBL Canada playoffs.
Yep, and we have a tie game again.
Here's Thomas with the jumper. Fades away, no good. It will go back to Windsor with 4:14 to go. So Akeem Ellis with the nice cross-court pass, and he'll go one-on-one with Abendigo Lufil.
Great awareness, and Akeem Ellis for sure.
White on the move, and he misses the deuce. Chris Jones, lightning quick, and he races to the hoop, can't get it. Here's Thomas, up and no good. But he may see free throws his way in just a few moments. Akeem Ellis' first foul of the evening. And Terry Thomas will head to the line. Almost 17 points per game for Thomas. Big outing for him on Tuesday, as it's now 15-14. Recently named 6th man of the year, the East Preston, Nova Scotia native.
Again, if not the guy to watch, one of the guys to watch on this deep team, the London Lightning.
And to your point, deep is the key word. It's not just one player being the player of the game. It could be Thomas one game. It could be Amir Williams the next game.
Absolutely. And again, that's what we talk about all year, is just being consistent.
Garth on the pull-up.
And there's a guy that's pretty consistent, is Nick Garth. At least since he's been with the team. I mean, he's only been here since the All-Star break too, right?
I'll say, and he's from Houston, Texas.
Good spot.
Same with Jordan Burns. He's down in the I-10 from San Antonio. Williams drives inside. 2 free throws coming up. And this is becoming a problem for the Windsor Express now. It seems like almost every possession, they have the right mindset. However, that costs them and sends London to the line. So now Amir Williams will have a go from the charity stripe. Free throw number 1 all the way. It is good for the Detroit, Michigan native. A tie ball game, and now it's a 1-point Lightning lead. He gets that one to go. 2-point lead once again for the Bolts here in game 3, best of 5 series. Another game that is happening right now is over in the Auditorium. The Titans hosting the 5. We'll give you an update on that game after the first. Here's Ellis from downtown. And it hits glass. And here's Jordan Burns. Gets the nice screen. Unable to hit. Here's Ellis. And it's over to Anderson.
Good recovery from Anderson as he feeds it to Ellis. For 3. Let's go.
Akeem Ellis regains the lead for the Express. 19-18 the score with 2:35 left here in the opening quarter. Marek Isom a little early on the screen, but he was able to get the ball. Here's Marcus Otley. Otley sizes up, center 3, off. And Amir Williams picks the ball right up, and Billy White is able to come up with it.
Lots of time to work with here.
White on the move. And they find Akeem Ellis for 3. And White gets it right back.
Great recovery again.
And a no-looker over to Garth for 3. Putter there. Nick Garth is able to open things up for the Windsor Express. And Coach Doug Plum will call a timeout here with under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. And it's a good run for the Windsor Express.
Yes, sir.
Meatballs don't grow on trees. Or do they? Beyond Meatballs are now at Subway, so you can enjoy plant-based meatballs with no compromise on taste. Try them on the Beyond Meatball Marinara Sub. The new Beyond Meatballs are only at Subway.
Well, Drake, the Express are up 4 with under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. What has happened in the last few minutes that allowed the Windsor Express to open up on the scoring run?
That's a great question, Aaron, but you touched upon it before it even happened. It's just tightening up on those turnovers and capitalizing on those plays where they can advance. And we got 2 in a row, 2 turnovers and 2 chances by both Nick Garth and Akeem Ellis, helping us increase this lead to 4 points.
And again, it should be pointed out when it comes to Akeem Ellis, not only he is the hype man for the Windsor Express, but he could deliver when need be because he is a veteran here in the NBLC, and he has been around the league, and there's a reason why he's been sticking to the NBLC. It's just his fair, consistent play and his ability to bring the enthusiasm up for a team when they're down.
Yes, of course, we give him a lot of credit for exactly that, bringing the enthusiasm and bringing the incitement to both the crowd and the team. But again, he's just a completely skilled player on the court as well.
Windsor Express playoff basketball is presented by Liuna 625 as we're back into this one. Amir Williams fighting Jordan Burns. And they swing the ball around the perimeter. Terry Thomas for 3. Nick Garth with a rebound.
Great ball movement by the Lightning there.
Anderson almost lost control of it, but it looks like Burns swiped him a little bit. He got his hand caught in the cookie jar.
Can't do that.
There's a 15th foul for London. They have one more foul to give this quarter. The Express have 2 with 93 seconds here in the first. Hakeem Ellis finding Garth, another three off the mark. So Jordan Burns is on the other end for that rebound, and he brings the ball up court. High-low pass into Williams. Williams spins around, no foul on the play, and he gets the jump hook to go, make that 22-20. Windsor, as he was able to get the nice spin move off. Nick Garth back to Stuckman. Down to the final minute. Here's Nick Garth, kisses it off the glass, no good. And it's Terry Thomas right into the paint. The bench wanted to travel. They won't get it, but they'll get an air ball to make up for it.
Jam the basketball guards a little bit on Windsor's side today, but
will it stay with them as they are up two?
Yeah, it's a real question. Such a tight game right now. If this stays the way it's going, it's going to be a nail biter right down to the finish.
And this series has had a number of nail biters here.
As we talked about, I mean, obviously the London Lightning being the juggernaut of this league, but again, Windsor is in play with them. These are close games.
Ja'Kai Taylor slicing and dicing into the lane, finding Stuckman for three. It rattles in and out. Forte looks up at the clock, and the shot clock and game clock are identical, both at 18 now. Terry Thomas's three goes wide, and Hakeem Ellis picks it up. Final seconds here in the first. Taylor for three. It will stay with Windsor with 5 1/10 to go. Just a good look for Ja'Kai Taylor from downtown, but remember, they only shot 22% from three-point land. They don't have to rely on it all the time. A couple more steps inside of the basket would have been a better shot for him.
For sure, and 0-4 so far tonight is Ja'Kai Taylor on his field goal. So,
final second, here's Hakeem Ellis to Stuckman. Here's Taylor at the buzzer. Very short, and that rounds out the first quarter where the Windsor Express have a 2-point lead over the London Lightning, and Windsor Express play on 3 between the Express and Lightning. Lightning with a 2-0 lead, and the Express with a 2-point lead heading into the second quarter. We're back on the air. And along with my partner, Drake Demore, I'm Aaron Sanders. As Billy White goes up for the three, we're really high, but Ja'Kai Taylor's able to pick it up through the double team, puts it up, no good. Tip in by White, no good. Not happy about that was White. And they get the ball back. Here's Ja'Kai Taylor for two.
There we go for JT.
That's how you start things in the second quarter. And the Windsor Express were able to get into a nice scoring run in the midway point of the first quarter as Mir Williams misses the forced shot. And here is Anderson.
The theme of this game should be no mercy. If they get this momentum, no stopping it. Hopefully. That's what they should be doing at least.
No mercy as Tanner Stuckman's three is strong. And White motioning. And here's Anderson to Ja'Kai Taylor. Corner three. It's good.
There we go. He finally hits one. Now that's going to get that monkey off his back. I think he's going to get a little bit more.
And that stretches the lead to 7-2. But once again, plenty of real estate for him to work around the rim.
And as well as the London Lightning. We can't forget about that. This game is still close. Actually, 6, they've changed that to maybe a short three? Short two, sorry.
Jordan Burns knocks down the three. Either way, that's going to cut the lead down. So it says 26-23. We have it up here on our stream here. You're watching NBL Canada basketball on NBLC TV. Glad you're with us. All alone, Anderson for three. No good. A little too trigger happy. The three has been the Express since the start of this quarter. Amir Williams sizing up on Stuckman. And he finds a cutting Forte. Tapped away by Forte out of bounds. It'll go back to Windsor.
You mentioned the three-pointer woes so far in this quarter, Aaron. 6 and 18 so far in the game. Only 33%.
Something they have to work on, and the best way to work on it is to not take those threes as much.
Yeah. This is not the time to fight fire with fire in a do-or-die game, which Ja'Kai Taylor's denied.
He got denied, but he's going to go to the line. But it was a nice set. But Nice timing from Amir Williams. Unfortunately, a little too much contact off of that reverse layup. And honestly, that's a crying shame. If you're a defender and you know you miss your assignment, you try to make up for it by going right to the rim, you have to take that risk to either block it or try to draw the foul.
For sure, and then you even know right away when you made that bad decision, right?
So Ja'Kai Taylor at the line, almost 14 points per game in the playoffs as he misses free throw number 1. And the Windsor Express have to understand that all these shots are important in an elimination game like this as he splits the pair. And Nick Garth checks back in after a quick rest.
Leading his team in points so far, all tied with Billy White now.
An update from the Titans in 5 game over in Kitchener. The Titans are up 61-59 as they're about to start the second half. The Titans shooting 48% from the field and out rebounding the 5, 34-23.
Another tight game over there, and that's going to be a tight game. Every game is going to be a tight game in that series. Sure, we'll talk about that at half, but
if you're the KW Titans, you have to expect nothing more than a tight game. You have to tighten things up.
Yep. Tight.
It's going to be an interesting halftime show. We're going to break down the stats and facts of the first half, and then after that, I'll be joined by Victoria Sawadik, who is the correspondent of the London Lightning. She made the trip here to Windsor for this do-or-die game. So we'll get some insight from her later on as Jermaine Haley's at the line. And he misses the second free throw. 27-24 is now the score with 9:30 to go in the second. Ellis bumps Haley. He got lucky he didn't get called on that one. First layup is good. Count that baby in a foul. That's going to send Akeem Ellis to the line. Very interesting as he was able to get away with a little bit of that bump.
Yeah, that was powerful. And a powerhouse is Akeem Ellis. He is a force to be reckoned with physically, that's for sure.
And this guy has been able to do it all. 6 points, 4 boards, 4 dimes, and 2 steals, or as they call them, cookies these days. Couple of cookies. And he completes a 3-point play. That makes it a 2-possession game for the Lightning. Stop the play a little bit to clean up some sweat. Nonetheless, 6-point game in Windsor. The last time the Windsor Express played a playoff game, Drake, 4 years ago, right here when they played against the St. John's Edge. I was on the call for that. And it was an interesting series despite it being number 1 of best of 5 and number 2 the Express being swept. But they kept those games awfully close despite the great performances from Carl English, Jared Nickens, and Charles Hinkle. We will get a timeout on the floor. As they get a timeout on the floor, we'll take ours. It's 30-24, Windsor.
Meatballs don't grow on trees. Or do they? Plant-based Beyond Meatballs are now at Subway. Try them on the mouth-watering Beyond Meatball Marinara Sub. Beyond Meatballs, only at Subway.
Welcome back. It's May 20th, 12 minutes after 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7:12 Central, 9:12 if you are in the Maritimes. Little time check here on NBLC TV. Hope you're enjoying your Friday. This is going to be the start of a long weekend, Drake, because Victoria Day is on Monday.
Absolutely. I mean, a long weekend in many senses. Having some fun, but of course we also have a Spitfire game here tomorrow and possibly a game 4 the following day.
The Spits play against the Firebirds in Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals for the Wayne Gretzky Trophy in the OHL. That all starts tomorrow as Marek Isom goes for the three, rattles in and out like the fast food restaurant. Here comes the Express, capitalizing on a heartbreak decision as Billy White goes for the three, and it's too strong. And off the fast break, that will throw anybody off. Claiborne keeping it inbound. It was Akeem Ellis. What a play.
Again,
and Billy White stutters a little bit.
Talk about Claiborne a little bit. Of course, he's putting up big numbers like last game, but sometimes it's just the little things he does that makes a huge difference. As Ja'Kai Taylor goes for three, and misses that one.
Very short for Ja'Kai Taylor.
From this angle, it almost looked like it was going, but dropped right in front of the basket there.
Back-to-back missed threes for the Express. Oh, Forte got blocked from behind, but they call the foul on Akeem Ellis.
Yeah.
It's one of those situations where you have to make those choices, and now Cameron Forte returns to the line. He's been at the free throw line a lot. First free throw goes. And Forte misses the second free throw. Splitting pairs here. Akeem Ellis thought about the three. He drives right inside from the right and finds Taylor. Moves right in. Was Claiborne. Nice spin move, but he gets the ball back. He puts it up and in. Counted in a foul. In the first quarter, he wasn't able to complete that spin move, but this time he was able to do it, and he did it in traffic. What a play.
I feel like that's when he plays best. That's his element. Playing with a little bit of pressure and in tight, he can battle down low, man.
This is a good lead for the Windsor Express, but hold your breath. We have seen this plenty of times. Can they hold on to it as they reach the break?
They've already had a 7 or 8 point lead in this game alone, and caught back up to 2. So lots of time to play here. 8 minutes remaining in this half.
And here's number 8, Jordan Burns. They feed it down low to Forte again. He is unable to hit those shots as of late. Here's White. Back to Claiborne. Semicircle spin move to Akeem Ellis for three.
That was a deep three by Ellis. He's fired up. Who would have thought?
And so is Coach Doug Plum. He's not happy about it.
And so is the crowd.
And there goes the crowd again as the Express has an 11-point lead. And NBL Canada playoff action will continue in one moment.
This half of Windsor Express playoff basketball on NBLC TV is brought to you by Liuna 625. Building communities better, stronger, united. Feel the power. By St. Clair College Alumni Association, celebrating the graduates' commitment, passion and dedication to build a better life for families and communities. By Tourism Windsor Essex Peely Island, the southernmost destination in all of Canada. And by Macro Foods, providing healthy and simple, chef-prepared meals that suit all lifestyles.
I got a trick to liven up your lunch break. Leave that food at home and just come to Subway.
What you need, Subway ready, the meatball wraps, plenty seasoned turkey, steak, chicken, grilling in this great kitchen.
Okay, Subway ain't no ordinary wrap.
Welcome back to this Friday night here. Game 3 between the Express and Lightning on NBLC TV. I'm Aaron Sanders with Drake Demore. Once again, the Windsor Express opening up to a sizable lead.
Oh, yeah.
Can they hold on to it?
This has been a stellar quarter for them. The second quarter has been all Windsor Express, really. And yeah, will they hold on to it is the big question. And we know both of these teams really well. We know that this can go either way still at this point.
It's an 11-point game at the moment, and will it expand? We will see.
Biggest lead of the game so far.
That's right, as Terry Thomas sizes up for a three and can't hit. Boy, these three-point woes have been taking over both of these clubs. And Billy White sizes up against Marek Isom. Finding Claiborne, but it's taken away by Cameron Forte. He'll lead the charge all by himself and goes back to the free throw line. And at this point, that's what the Lightning need to do. Keep on drawing those fouls so they could get back into this ball game.
We've talked about it many times before. The free throws could come down to the game. That could win the game for either team.
And this is Cameron Forte right back to the line. His second year in the NBLC as he misses the first free throw. He is not happy about that one
tonight so far. I don't think he's hit one yet, right?
That's going to be a problem if they aren't able to close the deal here tonight. They are down 10. And Amir Williams back into the game.
For number 10, Cameron Forte.
That makes sense. A whole lot of sense.
It only makes sense.
We approach the 7-minute mark here in the second quarter, and Ellis unable to hit on the layup. Burns gets the ball back from Williams. Chris Jones also back in the game for the Bolts, along with Thomas, Williams, Isom, and Burns. Stripped out of bounds. It will go to Windsor. My, oh my. This is good for Windsor. We're seeing a lot of these open opportunities, and you know what they say, opportunity knocks. That's one cliche for us broadcasters tonight.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of them, I'm sure. And
we need to exhaust all of them as best as we can.
Well, we might have another game on Sunday, Aaron. You never know.
Ooh.
At this point, it's sure looking like it.
I'll do my homework on the cliches. That's what the Windsor Express hopes. They got a good lead at the moment.
Yeah.
Nice fake from Ellis.
And we talked about the Express as, that's counting, baby. He looks like he's a little banged up, though. That's not good for the Express if Keem Ellis is down and out.
He's been taking a lot of bumps in this game, and, this is not good. He's running up the court.
He's going for a jog.
Maybe. We don't want to speculate.
Touching his toes.
He may have to have a seat after the free throw.
Shook up something in his arm there. Maybe just bended it kind of awkwardly.
And it happens in basketball. It especially happens when you're in traffic for those layups.
Tight like that.
But remember, we have seen countless times where players will move right into the traffic, go for a tough shot, and they'll end up banged up in the process. And unfortunately, it happened to one of our players, Lance Tejada, who has missed the season since April 1st.
Yeah, bad injury for Tejada, but of course, this is playoffs. These guys want to battle through anything they can to win. That's what it all is about.
And Akeem Ellis is able to shoot the free throw, but he misses it in the process. And we're almost at the halfway mark here in the first half. Terry Thomas swarming in, but a good take.
And now he's down.
What a fight, and this is the 401 rivalry if it hasn't heated things up enough. Billy White not happy. He's talking to one of the officials. He has to be careful because he has been very aggressive in the last two games.
A known vocal guy as well to express himself. But again, like you said, you don't want it to cost you anything.
There's a technical foul assessed to the Express. Was unable to hear who that was pinned on, but now that gives the London Lightning a chance.
They might receive another one too, right?
They have to be careful here.
Let it go.
Understandable, there's been a lot of aggression from the Windsor Express after losing two close games on Sunday and Tuesday at Budweiser Gardens, but you don't want to take that out here at the home court where you have the advantage.
Exactly, a 12-point lead at home, do or die. It's not worth arguing. Just play the game.
And that's the bottom line.
Yeah, that's what we came here for, right?
We're here for good entertainment.
It's all about the game and how you play it.
Love these Triple H references. We've been hearing all these wrestling references since the beginning of the year. We found a good color commentator. There's no question about that. And we're back into the game because of the technical foul. The London Lightning have regained the possession. Well, they were going to get it anyway due to the foul.
Definitely.
Marcus Otley, southpaw three. That goes wide. And Claiborne stepped on the line. Once again, London Lightning with the possession. And that must be hard to try to maintain your balance when you're near the baseline to begin with. And it's a good time to call a timeout. We'll use that as the media timeout. We're in the second quarter. The Express are up 12. However, the London Lightning finds a nice opportunity, and they can knock on that door when we come back.
The new deluxe pizza set from Subway. Tasty pizza bread filled with your favorite pizza toppings. Don't forget the napkins. Dig in to Subway's new deluxe pizza sub today.
Welcome back. 5:58 to go. The Express 38, the Lightning 26 in this 1-versus-4 matchup in round one. The Windsor Express, they are really playing with urgency, but yet at the same time, they're playing calm, cool, and collected, knowing that their season is on the line tonight, Drake.
That's exactly what they need to do, too. They have them lined up exactly where they want them, but there's so much time left in this game. You have to be aware. You're playing the top dog in this league.
And they have been the top dog right from the start. They won 11 straight games, which tied up their regular season record in 2012-2013. Marek Isom to the basket and scores. And the free throw line he goes. Great. We've said opportunity so many times, but it is
what it's all about.
The London Lightning.
It's all about opportunity. Any chance you get, take it. Some advice for all you kids at home.
We are always here to entertain and educate our fine fans as Marek Isom gets it down. 9-point ball game as we are halfway into the second quarter. Guards with a screen from White. Claiborne operating. And he draws a foul. And you said it earlier at the top of our telecast, Drake. He has had a hard time recovering from his injuries. Anytime you deal with the Achilles, you know that's serious business.
Oh, yeah.
But it looks like he is fresh from that and is able to get to the free throw line and score in bunches like he did Tuesday night as the first free throw goes down.
If that injury is still bugging him in any sense, then give him the award for the NBL Canada's Best Actor this year, because you cannot tell one little bit.
It doesn't look it, does it? He misses the second free throw. No, it's good to see fresh legs and healthy players on the court, because there is a lot at stake.
Yep, and again, Achilles injury, very scary, very serious.
Jordan Burns gets the jumper to go from the elbow. 39-31 the score. Coming up in about 5 minutes here in the half. White driving and gets a lot of space and puts it in. He was able to take his defender out of the play and out of bounds too. White working very well, but the foul on White, look out.
He ain't gonna be
White
happy.
has to be careful. He has to be, he's smiling, so it's okay.
He's hysterical.
He's a little bit disappointed because he knew if he would have gotten that steal, it would have been breakaway lane for Billy White.
Of course, and you know, maybe if this was 2 seconds left in the fourth quarter with a 2-point lead or something, that'd be the time to argue anything. But right now, you need to stay collective, stay calm. Everyone's watching Billy White on this team.
Jordan Burns Exactly. And on the
He's
other end,
leading.
Jordan Burns is at the line. Again, one of those up-and-coming players. He played in the G League for the Austin Spurs. And you know that makes a whole lot of sense. Coming from a Texan like myself from back in the day.
That wasn't a hard decision for him to decide where to go, right?
Not a hard decision at all. He gets both of those free throws again. And again, that's Jordan Burns, averaging 10 points per game in the first 2 games of this playoff series. 8-point game as Marcus Anderson takes a hard tumble right in the paint. You know, there's a lot of interesting Texans here in the NBLC. Drake Marriott, Isom for 1, Braylon Racin 2. You also have Jordan Burns. As the ball almost got picked away. Here's Claiborne going in the air and scoring.
We talked about what he can do down low in the paint with traffic. Makes it look easy. Yeah, and we have one up here as well.
That's right. Jordan Burns sizing up and
there
hits.
It is. Speak of the devil.
Jordan Burns knocks down the 3, and incidentally, Drake was referring to Nick Garth, who is down on the I-10 from Houston. White from Las Vegas. What a behind-the-back pass over to Taylor, sailing into the layup. Can't score. And Cameron Forte comes out of there. 3-on-2 as Forte gets it to go.
Definitely an off night looking like for Jakai. And
he did it all by himself. The spin move from White.
Here's Billy. Oh,
tough
almost pulling
bucket.
it off with a little assist.
Claiborne with the rebound and the putback. And usually we would see Tanner Stuckman do such a play.
Yeah, I'm not seeing a lot of Stuckman so far tonight. He had a few minutes in the first. Seems to be about it.
That's right. He's been on the bench since.
Again, just this is playoffs. It all comes down to this. And
Thomas with a tough layup.
And again, now a little bit of a pushback from the Lightning. The Express need to be aware of this, not take it lightly.
I was talking to somebody off the air before we went on the air, and they basically said every time Doug Plum gets heated up into the huddle during the timeout, the Lightning are a different breed, and that's what you got to take in consideration. Foul on the play. It appears it's going to be on Cameron Forte.
Yeah.
But again, every time you go into the huddle with Doug Plum, you know you're going to get a lot of encouragement. Both of these clubs now over the limit.
Yeah. And, you know, to your point, that has to be why they are where they're at, why they won so many games this season. Tight games as well. Blowing away teams, but again, the NBL Canada is so tight. Part of the reason why they've been able to, you know, persevere over those deficits and come back to win.
The Windsor Express will have the possession regardless of what happens on those free throws because there was a technical foul called on Cameron Forte. That's his 3rd personal. And in the rules for NBLC, you could have 2 technical fouls before ejection, 2 direct, 1 indirect, or a combination of those 2 of the sorts. Nick Garth knocks down the free throw. Cameron Forte not happy on that play. And this is not the way to go about it if you're the London Lightning. You're keeping the game so close. Why do you want to argue now? And we said this about the Windsor Express not so long ago either.
Of course. Of course. You don't want the frustrations to get the best of you. Again, though, we talk about the London Lightning, and this is just an elite team. Put them in a little bit of a exemption category, at least at this point in the game. But you got Billy White at the line, putting in 2, and increasing it back to 8.
It's been a while since we've seen Billy White knock down both free throws instead of splitting the pair, so this is a good sign.
That'll make him happy.
Very happy. Chris Jones in the game. Putting the moves on Anderson. And finding Williams. And it is fouled by White. And White's not happy, and he knows he'll have to have a seat because he is in foul trouble. And here's Tanner Stuckman.
Perfect time to put him in.
That is his 4th foul for the game, so expect him not to come back into this game until the second half at this point. Which means Tanner Stuckman has some shoes to fill, and he has been able to do that well in the last few games of the regular season.
I was going to say, this is the guy that you want to trust right now. Williams goes for that first one. No good. And again, with 2 minutes, almost 3 minutes left in the quarter, let's see if they can hold it off. till halftime.
And Amir Williams been able to pick up, again, 19 points and almost 10 rebounds per game. Hopefully he could add to that with these trips to the free throw line, because now at this point, very crucial. And we may have a player down. We do. That's Terry Thomas. Terry Thomas is down. I think he got knocked over, and he has some words with Tanner Stuckman, and he is irate, Terry Thomas. We rarely see him this irate, but he has a reason and a case.
And leave it to Tanner Stuckman to get under someone's skin, right?
Well, remember, I talked to him in the post-game show in the last game of the regular season, and a lot of people, including Chris Pomey, who was in the interview for the post-game show, he compared him to Bill Laimbeer. And then he asked, will you wear number 40 next season? I'm like, don't get him in any more trouble than he is already.
Yeah, you don't want a target on your back. I mean, he's kind of already made himself that, but.
So now the crowd's right into it. After a little bit of we'll say a discussion between Thomas and Stuckman. Thomas heading back to the free throw line, even though, yes, he will go to the free throw line. It was a foul after the free throw.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a confusing play, but as well, as it was all going down, Claiborne jumped in with a little bit of a pop, I guess you can say.
We'll call it that.
Yeah, so let's run it back. Pretend like it never happened.
And they will. They will run it back with Terry Thomas at the line. And he gets that one to go. He's going to be shooting two.
Shooting two.
Well, remember, both clubs are in the bonus for the rest of the half.
Yeah.
And for the Windsor Express, that's not a good look, because Billy White is at the bench with 4 fouls, and he's been the man in the backcourt. He misses the second free throw, so that makes it 48-42 Windsor. Anderson running up the floor. Anderson putting somebody on skates.
Stuckman and it's like Stuckman and who is
No. Wait a minute. Now we have something with Stuckman and Jones. And Jones backing down from it. Very good decision from Chris Jones. Remember, he just came back from the suspension for the rest of the regular season, right back.
So clearly that's that's his target right now, is to try to get under him now.
But at the same time, Tanner Stuckman has to be careful when it comes to heated situations like this. He's got to know when to talk and when to step back. And now he has an opportunity to put 2 more up on the board.
Drawing a foul out of it better yet. But yeah, he was kind of getting into it with I think it was Burns there.
It was Chris Jones, it looks like. But over the years, we have seen this London-Windsor rivalry. And trust me, no love lost when it comes to basketball. No love lost when it comes to the Spits and Knights and Lancers and Mustangs.
Oh, yeah, this is a rivalry no matter what. I mean, just slap the names London and Windsor on anything, anyone, and they instantly hate each other. Remember,
I covered both of these clubs for their first 3 years in the NBLC. Shot doesn't go for Burns. And I'll tell you, the rivalry is real. And there's a push-off on Anderson, I do believe.
Yep.
Is it?
Yep. Anderson.
No, it's going to stay with Windsor. That's going to be a foul on Thomas. The Express have had a number of close calls. Remember, we've seen Akeem Ellis with a little bit of a shove-off early on, and now Marcus Anderson is going to the line.
Playoff atmosphere, baby. Gotta love it.
And Marcus Anderson, one of 3 All-Stars for the Windsor Express this year, along with Billy White and Ja'Kai Taylor. And White was able to stuff the stat sheet up like a Thanksgiving turkey the last game. 9 rebounds, 5 points, 3 assists, 3 steals, and a block. We forgot to mention a partridge in a pear tree too. He misses a second free throw on the other end.
Sometimes I just don't know what to say, you know.
That was the worst joke I've made in my 7 years here.
The best part about it all is it's recorded. We can
yes, you play that back.
You can't get rid of it, right?
Jones knocks down the 3. It is now a 5-point game.
And that was a statement shot from him.
And Jones is right back in the backcourt guarding Anderson.
Yep, right on him.
And it's taken away by Burns. Good play. And he finds Jones retreating to the 3-point line. And Thomas is at the corner. He'll take a 3. Unable to hit.
Got to be thankful for that one if you're on the Windsor side of things.
And Windsor should have thought of that, because the moment Chris Jones slashed right through the half-court line, you know he's going to apply full-court defense.
The master lock pressure, as we said.
Now that's a good one.
Oh, yeah, that was very well executed, to say the least.
Claiborne unable to hit on that one, and it's back with London with Jones with the ball. Jones, nice set from Williams, and he gets the
beautiful.
circus layup to go. It is now a 3-point game with
fired
1:04
up.
to go.
Chris Jones is fired up. You got to watch out for him now.
And again, this is where one of those vices for the Express started to creep in as Nick Garth goes for the J and misses
Absolutely.
it. And Taylor slaps that out of midair.
They got a chance here.
Stuckman for a 3. Rebound, Thomas. And now the Express have to be careful here.
Yeah, this is feeling like a Friday night hockey game, I guess, between London and Windsor. Same old, same old.
Well, we'll have to hold off for hockey until tomorrow night.
The physicality of it is almost matching her.
That's a foul on Marcus Anderson with 42 and 4/10 to go here in the half. Chris Jones played his last 2 seasons with the Windsor Express, was signed by the London Lightning before the 2022 season, and has been playing tremendously. And again, back from a suspension to cap off the regular season, and he gets that to go. A 1-point Windsor lead, and Victoria Sawadik is on her way to the broadcast booth. She'll be joining me the halftime show right after we break down the stats and facts for you here at the halftime show. Garth with the feed into Claiborne.
Beautiful. There's a great tandem right there. It's Marcus Anderson and William Claiborne.
He was able to roll right into the basket as we approach the 18-second mark. Jones finding for options, finding Amir Williams. Now Isom takes a crack at a 3. He can't hit it, and a lot of animosity. Look out.
Oh, yeah.
And Chris Jones once again stepping back. Good move for him.
He knows.
We thought for a second there things were going to go the wayside, but thank goodness
A lot of
it
eyes
did
on
for
him
any
today,
team.
that's for sure. But when Stuckman gets close to Jones or Terry Thomas right now, it's fireworks.
But
baby.
now here's the situation, Drake. Tanner Stuckman now has 3 fouls.
Of course, yeah. I mean, this is a disciplined game, right? This isn't a brawl. This isn't a fight. So he's got to start playing a little bit smart in the second half. We've got under their skin. Let's see if they can keep this momentum going into the second half. Now it's very close. Only 3, maybe 2-point lead at this point. So.
He's going to be public enemy number 1 come the second half if he continues this kind of play.
He already is.
But it's good for Windsor, but not good for London, because it's showing that Windsor can play with the best of them.
It is, and again, that's the beauty of the NBLC. Oh.
And Jones was able to knock down both free throws. That is a very good sign as we approach 6 seconds here. Down to 3. Garth with the circus shot, no good. Almost tipped in by Claiborne. And that's the end of the first half. We had some fireworks here in the last moments of the first half. But now the Express, they have the slimmest of all possible leads. 1 point is 52-51. Stand by, Drake and I will have our NBLC TV halftime show and more after the break. Correspondent of the London Lightning earlier, and I already told her on air I wasn't going to give her details of how the Lightning could win this game, but she was able to clue right in immediately, and she basically said you have to focus and play within your mindset and the play sets that you have already. She couldn't have said it better.
Yeah. This is what it all comes down to. Like I said, both of these teams know each other so well. It's a tight game. So, again, just whoever can keep that composure could probably pull this off.
Windsor looking to extend this game. It will extend this series into a Game 4. London looking to end the Express's season and head to the NBL Canada Finals for a 6th time. Here's Amir Williams right into the basket and scores, and the Lightning have regained the lead for the first time since the second quarter.
Yes. And, you know, something that we'll probably talk about later on, it all depends on the outcome of this game. Not sure what happened there, but it has to be a backcourt violation.
It is. It is a backcourt violation, and this is a good start for the Lightning. We're not 37 seconds in. They got a bucket down low, and they forced the Express to turn the ball over.
Now possession again in their end. Sharks are the London Lightning.
Jordan Burns. Shot doesn't go. And White makes everyone know that he has the ball. And they throw it away again. And it was Ja'Kai Taylor once again.
Not looking in his element tonight for sure. Turbo. I haven't heard that nickname blurted out from Mr. Mark Knight yet tonight, so it's unfortunate.
He has to get on the stat sheet in a positive way before this game is over. Thomas, and the putback jam by Jermaine Haley.
And what up?
Now that's how you get back into the ball game. Here's Anderson finding Claiborne, poked away by Jordan Burns, taken away by Williams. Here comes the Lightning. Here's Burns for three. Yes!
Oh.
Jordan Burns. And it is not a good look for the Windsor Express. Timeout called by Bill Jones.
Yes,
the London Lightning breaking through with a 7-0 run to start the third quarter.
This half of Windsor Express Playoff Basketball on NBLC TV is brought to you by Jackie Marentech of Desjardins Insurance, where Windsorites count on their life, health insurance and retirement savings solutions. By Windsor's Penalty Box, home of the original Chicken Delight. By Holiday Inn and Suites, making a trip to the Rose City? Book your stay today. And by Subway, eat fresh, refresh.
London has gone off to a 7-0 run to begin the second half. And Drake, it's been all because of the Express's inability to hold on to the ball. They had 2 turnovers in the first 37 seconds of the third quarter, and unfortunately it came into the hands of Ja'Kai Taylor.
Yeah, it is crazy how the momentum can shift so quickly. Again, at the end of the first half, second quarter there, Windsor had London exactly where they wanted them. Now, complete opposite.
Lightning playing full court pressure defense coming out of the timeout. Bill Jones not happy with the start here in the third quarter. Thomas pokes it right out of bounds. It will stay with Windsor.
But of course, Coach Doug Plum had obviously a fantastic chat with his team. Got them ready to come out strong and hot in this second half. Hot and ready, I guess you could say.
Billy White back into the game. He has 4 fouls, remember. Also in foul trouble, Tanner Stuckman with 3. Here's Garth, rejected by Williams. On the other end, here's Chris Jones to Jordan, another 3. No good, but it's put in by Amir Williams. And now the Windsor Express in an unfamiliar situation tonight, down 8. Here's a 3 from Garth. And the London Lightning responding with a 3 of their own.
Again, how fast the momentum can change here. It's unbelievable.
Taylor knocks it down. There's a foul on the floor. That's a foul on Chris Jones. So with a foul like that, the Windsor Express that's on Terry Thomas. I had a feeling it was Terry Thomas because one of the officials has signaled 1. 1 in one hand and 3 in the other. So they rectify the situation. It'll be Express ball because of that interesting scenario there, because the foul wasn't on the shot. It was off the ball. So the Express looking to capitalize on this situation. Tough shot is off the mark. And another foul. And Terry Thomas, 2 quick fouls on Terry Thomas. That's his 4th of the evening.
Putting him in a little bit of trouble as well.
Well, that puts Ja'Kai Taylor to the line.
Maybe this is what the Lightning wanted, though, when Ja'Kai Taylor's having a night like this.
And Cameron Forte returns for Thomas. And Ja'Kai Taylor has to find some way to get a shot going. Like we said at the top of the show, he misses the first free throw. Updating Kitchener, Titans lead 120-118 with 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Wow.
That is a barn burner over the odd. Free throw is good for Ja'Kai Taylor.
Every game over there has been a barn burner, though, so far in this series. It's gonna be.
How about
be a good
Jeremy?
one.
How about Jeremy Harris though? 40 points and 13 rebounds,
That explains it.
and that is to be rivaled by Joel Kindra's performance of 39 points. Here's Jones on the pull-up. Rebound Taylor. And Taylor passes to Garth. Garth maneuvering in, finding Claiborne. Can't hit it, and his last touch by the Lightning. He'll stay with Windsor. So now, Nick Garth has the ball again, and another foul. To take a page from one of the London fans, things are getting chippy, so bring the dippy. So Ja'Kai Taylor will inbound it from the sideline. And he gets the ball back, dances around, and Claiborne gets the feed and the foul. We mentioned a while back, drawing fouls is one way for the Lightning to get back, and now the Windsor Express going right into their playbook as they find themselves in a 5-point hole. So Nick Garth will inbound it from beneath the basket. Anderson looks for Claiborne. He goes to the hole. You can count it, and a foul. Claiborne can cut this lead down to 2 if he's successful at this trip of the free throw line. That's the 14th foul for the Lightning, and only 4 minutes and 5 seconds has elapsed here in the third quarter. Claiborne can't complete the three-point play, but it's back to Garth. Garth, that'll count as a 3 if it goes. And it goes! Ties the game up at 63.
Smart play by Nick to do what he does. Step back to that line and pull the trigger.
That is the second time we've seen a tap dancer go for the Express. Here's Jones trying to regain the lead for the Lightning and can't. Here's Garth, cross-court pass to White. White for 3. And it's Thomas who breaks free with a board. And there's a foul on Taylor, who is right on the back seat of Terry Thomas.
And he's not happy.
And that is Taylor's third foul. And only the first team foul for the Express in the third quarter. Here's Haley on the move, over to Forte. No good, tip, no good. It's back tapped and it's saved by Jones. Here's Haley, go ahead 3, can't get it. White, Anderson, pull up 3. Can you say unbelievable?
Again, the momentum can shift so quickly. And it looks like it's going in Windsor's favor just a bit right now.
They just have to be careful on taking those long shots, especially on that fast break play.
There's a lot to be careful of.
Thomas almost got undercut,
Yeah.
but they find Jones anyway. Here's Isom. Thomas for three. Off the top. Forte with a rebound near the free throw line. Drive it right into the basket. What a play, but he can't get it to go. This is a 3-on-2, and here's Ja'Kai Taylor going to the hoop, put back by White. That was pretty.
That was beautiful. Now the Lightning in trouble. How they can change so quickly here in the NBL of Canada.
Meatballs don't grow on trees. Or do they? Plant-based Beyond Meatballs are now at Subway. Try them on the mouth-watering Beyond Meatball Marinara Sub. Beyond Meatballs, only at Subway.
A 5-point game with 6:23 to go in the third quarter is 68-63 Windsor. Again, a lot on the line for them.
All on the line.
All on the line at this point.
All in.
They want to have a fourth game here on Sunday afternoon. And if there is a fourth game, the tickets will be available at the box office of the WFCU Center and online. If they win, we'll get the information for that at the end of the game. But at the moment, we have a little bit more of 18 minutes of basketball here.
Oh, baby. And what kind of basketball it's going to be, Aaron. What an exciting game. High energy and physical as well.
We have to maintain some sort of decorum here because when it comes to these leads, just remember, no lead is safe when it comes to these two clubs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Both teams know that well, and we know that well.
You said it as Jones. Tough shot and hits. Chris Jones, I believe, was the one who was able to knock it down, but the pressure he was on from start to finish. Billy White looking to operate on Terry Thomas, his former teammate from the Moncton Magic. White on the cut. Claiborne takes it in himself instead, is short. And back comes Jermaine Haley, who puts it up, and it's no good. That will be a foul on Ja'Kai Taylor. Halfway in here in the third quarter, and Quinnell Brown set to check in. Quinnell Brown, at 38 years of age, 2 titles with the Windsor Express. Hasn't been that effective in the playoffs.
No.
But you may never know, because there were some times in the 14 and 15 playoffs where he was very effective, especially in the regular season.
Oh, 100%. And I said at the beginning of this game, we need a good game from QB, but so far, they're doing it kind of without it, as Jermaine Haley Jr. hits that one. Got one more at the line to go.
Jermaine Haley, one of those spark plugs for the London Lightning, averaging almost 21 points and 5 rebounds per game. He gets both of them to go. It's now a 1-point Windsor lead. Windsor playing for Sunday afternoon and their season. Here's Brown for 3. And he's done that on numerous occasions in his career. So that brings the lead right back up to 4. Williams inside to Haley. Here's Jones, guarded by White. Misses the 3. White finding Brown for another 3. No good. Claiborne, the rebound, rejected by Terry Thomas. The height on him when he got those little bunnies up there. They call it bunnies these days, folks.
Hops, baby, hops.
Well, that was close.
That's where
Taylor.
it
Oh, another rejection by Williams. That's 2 blocks in a row for London. Let's see if they will change things. Final seconds on the shot clock. Garth from deep.
No good.
Shot clock violation. Great defense from London. Outstanding defense, and that could help them get back into this game with 4:20 left here in the third period. Here's Williams for 3. That hits net. Oh, it goes off of White. White is hurt. White is down on the ground. They score. White is down on the ground. And that does not look good. And it appears that he has injured his leg. And he's on his way to the sideline. He is hurt.
Devastating this could be for the Windsor Express.
And things were going so well for them.
And for Billy, too. I mean, he's having, he doesn't have an off night, but I mean, he's having a great night.
And to add to everything, he just got pinned with a technical foul.
Yeah. I'm sure he wants everything but to step back onto the court here, right? But if it's not worth it, it's not worth it. Let's see what they assess.
Billy White has had a history with lower body injuries or tweaks this season. We saw him go down with a little bit of a tweak a few weeks ago, and now, he's able to get back in there. He's hobbling a little bit, but he's able to
moving fast,
be quick as a flash and go to the bench. Hopefully he'll be able to go back right into the game with 4 minutes and an additional 12 to go here in regulation. I'll be honest with you, I've never seen anything like that before. He went down with what we thought was a serious injury, but he was able to leap right up and head right back to the bench right away.
Yeah.
Yes.
Again, a veteran. He wants to get himself off of the court, get this game back rolling for his team. Although the London Lightning making it a 1-point lead now.
And remember, there was a technical foul on Billy White. That's going to be his 5th foul. One more and that will end his game. So now he has to be sent to the bench. On the floor for the Express, Garth, Taylor, Brown, Claiborne, and Ellis. For the London Lightning, Burns, Haley, Williams, Thomas, and Jones. Garth with the steal from Claiborne. And unable to get the 3. London looking to regain the lead. As Jones with a nice feed, and it's out of bounds. Had that connected with Amir Williams, that would have been the top play of the night. Brown guarded by Thomas. Brown sneaking in from the right side, jumps away, in and out. It should be London ball. Nope, they changed it. It'll be Windsor ball. Underneath is Garth. He'll be the trigger man for the Express. 3:18 to play. He puts the ball in play over to Ja'Kai Taylor. 3 on the shot clock. Garth got to go. He does. He puts it up and in. How many more suspenseful moments are we going to get in this game? All the suspenseful moments have been from the basket.
And we still have a whole another quarter to go after 3 minutes here.
Unable to hit the 3 was Jones. Thomas on the putback, no good. And there's a whistle on the play, and now Jermaine Haley is down. He got hit in the face. Ja'Kai Taylor with the foul. Bill Jones telling his team to calm it down a little bit right down to the basket. Haley's all right. He's going to take a couple of moments to compose himself.
It's getting intense now. It's getting chippy. Chippier than it's ever been. I mean, look at that first half. Oh, my God.
Bring on the dippy. And the medical staff was there on the ready just in case, but Jermaine Haley was able to get right back up. as mentioned, if the Express wins this, we'll be here Sunday afternoon. Tip-off will be at 2. Our pregame show will be roughly 1:50 p.m. So Terry Thomas back at the line. And looking at Terry Thomas's accolades over the years, 2017 Canadian Player of the Year. On top of that, he's this year's 6th Man of the Year. Played with PEI, the Moncton Magic, the Halifax Hurricanes, and now he is in his 2nd year with the London Lightning. And when the Moncton Miracles was rebranded into the Moncton Magic, Terry Thomas was one of the first players to sign on board. We see Billy White leaving the game and heading right into the tunnel, looking to recover and walk his injury off. Hopefully we see him again before the end of the game.
He's coming back. Also had dealing with a concussion injury earlier this year, so, you know, all the best is getting to him right now.
Yep, he's at the tunnel nursing the leg. He has gone through a lot this season. The Las Vegas native, as Thomas gets the first free throw to drop. And both of them down. If there's anyone you want to rely on if you're the London Lightning, that is Terry Thomas. And he has cut the lead to 1.
They're right in it, like you said. Lead down to 1. This thing ain't over.
Sky Taylor slicing right down to the basket and hitting.
Turbo coming in hot.
There you go, Mark Knight mentioning Turbo as he gets 2 points on the board. It's back to a 3-point game. Burns with a figure-8 move, and he knocks it down. The Express playing for their season, and Chris Jones gets knocked down. He'll run right back to the other side of the court because it's an offensive foul on the Express. That's the 4th team foul on Sky Taylor. And that will give much more time for Marcus Anderson to try to help out here on this floor with 2:05 left here in the 3rd quarter. The Express up 1 as Quinnell Brown gets the rebound over Jones. Here's Garth going behind the back. Finding Ellis for 3. Claiborne with the rebound and the putback.
Good. Again, in tight and in traffic is where he wants to be again.
Overtones of this past Tuesday. Jones guarded by Brown. And that sets up Jordan Burns, who ties it up at 77. Here's Garth and the Claiborne. Anderson for 3. Can't hit. And now the Lightning could get the lead again in the final minute of the 3rd quarter. Burns had it stripped away from him, and it will stay with Windsor. London, my mistake. And that's going to bring a whole lot of good for London's front court. Cameron Forte back into the lineup.
Yep, with a minute remaining here too. Tied at 77. Could be a momentum shifter, which we've seen many of just alone tonight.
That is true. Terry Thomas goes right inside of the lane and can't hit it.
Big rebound by Claiborne again. This time defensively, bringing it back.
Ellis fakes on the 3. Looks for Claiborne. got Claiborne, and Claiborne scores.
Yet again.
He's dynamite here in the third quarter. As Jones goes inside, kicks it right back out to Burns. Here's Thomas for three. Oh, so close, but can't hit it. Heartbreak City on the other end. Here's Akeem Ellis. And he's blocked by Thomas, but Claiborne's there to pick it up and put it up again. 4 quick points from William Claiborne as we wrap up the third quarter. Here's Burns from deep, hits the front, horn goes, and that's it for the third quarter. And now there's only 12 more minutes of regulation left. The score, the Windsor Express 81. We already know what happens when it comes to leads like this, so
Yes.
Drake,
Yes.
you could take the wheel and tell us your keys for the fourth.
Oh boy, I'm driving this bus. Okay, so so as Nick Garth goes in here and misses but a foul. So listen, this is the point in the game where, you know, a lot of the momentum might fall for either team that we've seen in a lot of these games. Maybe not so much London Lightning, that might be an exception, but the fourth quarter is always so critical. If this continues, this is going to come right down to the wire. It's going to be a 2-4 point game. If not, one team runs away with it and finds a way to do so, it's theirs.
Once again, we're monitoring Billy White, who is taking strides from away the bench because he went down on the floor with a lower body injury earlier.
That's part of it too, right? Like, he knows his team needs him. This is such a critical game, series, of course, as well. He's going to do everything he can to get back in there for the final moments at least, because as we know, he's got one more foul to play with.
Meanwhile, the London Lightning have to find some way to make this a ball game. They already have, but to come back into this game as Terry Thomas goes right into the traffic, gets bumped and draws a foul.
And we have to note Tanner Stuckman back on the court now. So again, maybe just using him as a different tactic in this point in the game. Again, as well, Chris Jones and Terry Thomas on the court.
They
so,
need all that depth.
Of course, but I mean, you know, maybe more of a mental aspect right now.
And back to the free throw line, Terry Thomas goes. And he misses the first free throw a little too strong. The front court for London reads Williams, Thomas, and Isom. And Amir Williams will go to the free throw line. Another opportunity at the charity stripe for the Bolts. The front court for the Express, Stuckman, Ellis, and Brown. A lot of veteran leadership in that front court.
Yeah, of course, Quinnell Brown and Akeem Ellis leading it. As we have two newcomers as well on the court with Tanner Stuckman and Marcus Anderson, first years.
It should be noted, too, that Tanner Stuckman is no longer a newcomer to this league. He is now a vet. He is a pro at this point.
Yeah, one season in, he's a grizzled vet for sure.
And I was telling Victoria that at halftime, it's like you're no longer a rookie when it comes to that. You're a vet too, because now you got the experience, and on we go to the postseason as Amir Williams misses the second free throw. Here's Garth. Gets the ball back from Brown. Garth, fall away jumper off the mark. Anderson all alone for the rebound, and he finds Ellis with 11 on the shot clock. Here's Garth. Yes!
I'm not sure if he's down on the court in emotion or pain right now, and I'm not sure if his teammates know either. Oh, he's good.
He is half rubber. He'll get up right away.
Not much to him either.
What a play. And here is Akeem Ellis bringing the crowd into it again.
Hollywood Ellis.
You need this in an elimination game like this.
Absolutely. Emotions at an all-time high.
We have an update from KW and Sudbury. We'll get to that in one moment. And there are playoff records set in that game, courtesy of Chuck Miller. Those details on the next dead ball. Williams. Over two defenders, he gets it up and in. Over Stuckman. and over Ellis. Garth looking to dance. He fires another three. Can't hit. That leaves Stuckman all alone for a three. No good. Ellis tried to get at it, but he was outfought. Here's Jordan Burns on the run. Over the Jones. Burns. And he's able to slow things down. Williams to Thomas. And Terry Thomas with a rare miss down the lane. Garth is inside. Guy's pocket picked by Jones, and the Lightning are back in it again. A 3-on-3, and now here's Jermaine Haley. Corner three from the bench, no good. How about the powering of Amir Williams? Did you see him get that rebound with one hand?
With like 4 guys on him, too.
That means nothing. That meant nothing to Amir Williams. While we have this time, William Claiborne checking right back into the game. The KW Titans are now 1 win away from their first trip to the NBL Canada Finals after defeating the Sudbury 5, 132 to 126. And Jeremy Harris set a new team record for most points in a postseason game, 40 points. You know who previously set that record? His teammate Braylon Race. And on top of that, a new team record for most points in the game in the playoffs for the KW Titans, Joel Kindred, 43 points, which was previously set by his teammate Eric Ferguson in game 1 of this series. And the NBL Canada record for most points scored for most points in the playoff game from one player was Toot Rauch, 48 points when he was with the Mississauga Power when they do-si-doed with the Windsor Express back in 2015.
Folks, if you don't have your eyes on it, that is one series you better be watching right now. Well, not literally right now, but
Well, they play again tomorrow night as Marcus Anderson gets the jumper to go. Remember, the situation is this. If KW wins tomorrow, they're off to the NBLC Finals, and Sudbury's season will be over. If they win, if Sudbury wins, they force a Game 5 at the Community Arena in the Nickel City as Jordan Burns gets the triple. And now the Windsor Express with the ball and the 4-point lead. Man, what a game. It's 89-85, and Quinnell Brown drives inside, draws the foul, and he'll have a chance at the line. I believe it would be his first appearance at the line today. And Quinnell Brown can't hit on the first free throw. But he gets that one to go. That's 90 for Windsor, 85 for London. Burns has a hot hand from downtown. Can he continue to spread it along? The wheels fall off. It's going to go to Windsor. Looks like he slipped right into out of bounds. And now with 8:42 left, the Express can expand this lead to probably about 6 or 7, depending on how they go over there. Or 7 or 8, my mistake.
yeah. That's how it goes usually.
Nick Garth, he's been leading the charge in the backcourt all night long.
All night, yeah.
Ellis, that's usually his hot spot, but he steps back. 6 on the clock. Garth on the fake. He finds Ellis. He has to fire away. He does. He misses. And that's the kind of defense the London Lightning has to maintain here if they want to get the lead back and become a step closer to going to the championship. Different rules this year. Semifinals, best of 5. The NBL Canada Finals will be the best of 5 as well. And here's Terry Thomas driving right in. He slipped a little bit. 8 on the clock. Down low, Williams. Almost got picked away. That's another Express foul. That will be the 5th team foul for them. Remember, early in the 3rd quarter, the Lightning were in team foul trouble. Now the Express are. Their 5th team foul, and London has only a 2. A little bit of a slippery patch on London's end of the floor, so they'll try to clean it up as best as they can. So a little bit of stoppage of play will help these players out as they try to catch their breath. And they're continuing to clean the court here. So 7:54 to go. We have this quick timeout. Once again, Jeremy Harris scoring 40 points for the 5, 13 rebounds too. That constitutes as a double-double. Jalen Bland with 28. Braylon Rayson with an off game with 11 points in 36 minutes. Joel Kindred, leading man, 43 points. Ty Walker, defensive specialist, with 15 rebounds and 8 points on the Titans side as they're a win away from the finals. They won't count the basket, and Doug Plum is not happy on that play. They wanted continuation. If you look at it on the positive side for the Lightning, you just gave William Claiborne his 4th foul.
I mean, there is a bright side to this. Again, still a close game. Still the top dog in the league. Still the juggernaut.
But that goes without saying.
Yeah. So, that being said, let it play out then.
Here's Jones, steps away and can't get that one. 7:30 to go in regulation.
It does look like the Windsor Express is getting the best of the London Lightning right now in their heads. So, well, only so much time left.
They have to be careful. Will the Windsor Express maintain their composure as William Claiborne continues to deliver down low? And that's a timeout from Doug Plum as the lead is now extended to 7. 7:14 to go. Windsor up 7 as London has a 2-0 lead in this series.
Meatballs don't grow on trees. Or do they? Plant-based Beyond Meatballs are now at Subway. Try them on the mouth-watering Beyond Meatball Marinara Sub. Beyond Meatballs, only at Subway.
London finds themselves down 7 with 7 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Anything can go, like we said before, but an unusual turn of events in the last few minutes in the 4th quarter, Drake.
Absolutely. That's to say the least, man. If I had to tell you before even going into that 4th quarter, said there's still a chance for the London Lightning to win this, and of course that's still possible, but right now it looks like the Express got them lined up right where they want them. It looks like we could be here Sunday afternoon.
Defensively, the Lightning are doing well. It's just a matter of just converting those shots offensively. And on the other end, the Windsor Express hope that they don't fall asleep defensively.
Yeah, and for the London Lightning, mostly just in the regular field goal section. I mean, still have the edge or close at the line for these two teams, but Again, just being consistent in the paint and in the field is gonna win them this game.
We've seen so many times how the game could come down to free throws. For example, one game against KW a few weeks ago, Quinnell Brown knocked down those free throws to deny KW home court for round one. On the other hand, there was a game against the Jackals where Nick Garth sealed the deal from the free throw line. But they do not want this game to come down to free throws. They want to make sure that they dominate here in the final 7 minutes and let London know they are here to stay and they're not going away easily.
And with that, seeing them again on Sunday would be a pretty scary situation for London. If they keep that in,
they do keep it in. What an acrobatic move from Jordan Burns. And Chris Jones misses the three. The putback is no good by Terry Thomas. And this is something I stated not even a minute ago. They can't fall asleep defensively because we just saw Terry Thomas almost sail right in and get the tip in.
And again, that's going to be the guy to do it.
We will see what goes down here with 6:35 remaining. Here's Nick Garth for the three, and it goes.
Whoa.
Nick Garth able to hit. He's been flirting with the three-point line all day long. When you think it was a long two, it's not. Look out, offensive foul.
Big foul.
Wow. Nick Garth holding his own, knocking down a three on one end of the court and taking the charge on the other. And Jermaine Haley back in for the Bolts. Stoppage of play as they clean the floor once again. So the Express with the fight of their season as they hope to play again on Sunday. Claiborne with the shovel pass intercepted by Thomas. And he double dribbled and Jermaine Haley goes down again. Oh, and Jermaine Haley is livid. Technical foul. Technical foul on Jermaine Haley, and that could change things for the Windsor Express as their fortunes begin to turn. Listen to the WFCU center.
Of course, Akeem Ellis doing his thing, but just the game alone is getting them off their feet.
And Nick Garth with the technical shot makes it 96-85. Not only Akeem Ellis got the crowd up to his feet, but it was everybody else on the Express.
Exactly, just doing what they do.
But now Jermaine Haley has to be cautious. The next foul by him will disqualify him for the rest of the game.
And that's a guy they do not want to lose.
No. Here's Garth cutting right in. Inside, Claiborne gets blocked again by Thomas. And that leaves an opening for Anderson. Circus layup off the mark. And the London Lightning making sure they do not go to the other end of the court right away. Terry Thomas knocks down the three. And at a perfect time, too. As it's an 8-point game, Ja'Kai Taylor will check in for Windsor. And Akeem Ellis motioning the backcourt to get closer right in the half-court line, because London is going to put on the full court pressure. And there's no better time to do that than now.
Absolutely, and it's also interesting to note that Billy White hasn't been back on the court at all, and doesn't look like he will be as well.
You have to be careful for that, considering if they play on Sunday.
Yeah.
You have to take that into consideration. Garth is surrounded by Thomas. He's at the sidelines, and they find Quinnell Brown, Euro step and all, puts it up and in. Wow. 38 years old, and he's still putting on those moves.
Still getting the crowd off their feet.
Make that 98-88. And Jones knocks down the three. Quinnell Brown slipped a little bit at the line.
Yeah, this half of the quarter, this offensive zone for London is definitely slippery.
A little bit of a slip and slide. As Garth goes to work, that is too tough.
The big easy.
But credit to Chris Jones for holding his own off of one of the toughest players in this division, in this league, rather. That's Claiborne's fifth, and that puts the Express over the limit with just about 5 minutes to go. Coach Doug Plum talking to the officials here. And along with him discussing information with the referee is Michael Provenzano, the assistant coach for the London Lightning, former professional local London high school star. But Coach Doug Plum's got an incredible arsenal for his coaching staff. Michael Provenzano, Dave Sewell, longtime assistant coach for the Fanshawe Falcons. And Steve Marcus, who is the St. John's Edge head coach, if I'm not mistaken. But Provenzano had his chance to coach an NBLC game when Doug Plum was unavailable in the early season. And once again, they are trying to clean up the court. I'm assuming there's a little bit of perspiration coming up here. Remember, they are playing just above the padding and the ice where the Spits play.
Very true. And it's a warm day.
It is a warm day. This is going to be another long night for the WFCU Center Arena staff as they have to dismantle this court tonight in order to take the padding off the ice and get things ready for the Spitfires Western Conference final matchup against the Flint Firebirds tomorrow. If I'm not mistaken, this is the fourth week in a row that the WFCU Center staff has to work big time after the game.
Potential big back-to-back.
That may be true. That's right. Spits play here Saturday, and they play on Victoria night, too. Victoria Day night.
Yeah, Monday night, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So now,
ball is back.
he said it. You said it at the beginning of our telecast this season.
Yep.
Now here we go. Chris Jones with another three. Too hard on that one. Jordan Burns. 9 on the clock. And that's a foul on Garth. Just for those of you tuning in, we welcome the viewers who watched the KW Titans defeat the Sudbury 5 in record-breaking fashion. Aaron Sanders with Drake Demore here in Windsor, Ontario. The Express lead 98-92 against the London Lightning. Windsor Express with their backs on the wall in this one. A loss ends their season. A win extends this series into a Game 4. And it has been a very tough one, to say the least, here at the WFCU Center.
A lot of perseverance. This team has came through this year for sure and rised above to get up to this point where they could be closing out their first win of the playoffs.
Absolutely. It's taken away by Jones. He goes coast to coast, sails to the hoop and scores. That makes it a three-point game with 4:25 left in the fourth.
What have I done?
Those broadcaster jinx comes in every now and then.
A lot for me, it seems. At least in the first half of the season, again, Windsor Express turned it around after the All-Star break. So
they did. They won 5 of their last 8 games as Claiborne puts it up and in. What a force to be reckoned with, William Claiborne.
Putting them to 100 points, triple digits, yet again.
Jones creating room. He goes right back near the half-court line. Jones, another crack at a three. Unlucky as Akeem Ellis sends it over to Garth. Garth, and it's taken away by Haley. They have numbers, maybe. And it was stripped by Garth. Wow.
Back and forth.
Oh, baby.
Redeemed himself on that
Here's
one.
Garth for three. Off the mark. He tries to go for his own rebound.
What a collision.
Yep, that's going to be a foul on Garth. As Terry Thomas
That could have been bad.
right in. Yeah. Would have been awful.
Yeah.
But Garth a little too aggressive on trying to get the ball back.
For sure, and sometimes, you know, up here watching it, it doesn't seem that fast, but this is a fast game. Those two just bumping heads like that can be scary. As we know, Billy White suffering a concussion earlier this year.
That's Garth's third foul. Merrick Isom checks back in for the Bolts. Marcus Anderson back in for Windsor. And Terry Thomas returns to the free throw line. Remember, they're in the bonus the rest of the way. It is 100-95 here in the fourth quarter. And Thomas knocks that one down to make it a 4-point game. Tanner Stuckman near the end of the bench. We may see him come back in soon.
A critical time for it, for sure. We are now down to a 3-point lead yet again.
Terry Thomas delivering at the charity stripe. And the Lightning are out of fouls to give two. Next one will put the Express at the line. Anderson with a triple threat. Over to Taylor. Back to Claiborne.
The Big Easy.
William Claiborne having another one of his breakout games like he did in game two. Jordan Burns almost lost control, regains it. And he finds Isom for two. Count it. And Merrick Isom coming right in and taking care of business right away.
And it looks like we'll see a change on the court for the Express. Tanner Stuckman coming in for William Claiborne. Now things are going to get interesting.
Well, that will do it for William Claiborne. That is his sixth foul. That ends his game. Unfortunate for William Claiborne as he was having an outstanding game right below the rim. Can Tanner Stuckman equal that same performance? Claiborne, a heck of a game for him, Drake.
Yeah, 22 points, almost another double-double for him. Well, better yet, it was a double-double.
16 rebounds.
Holy moly.
16 rebounds, 24 points off 11 of 16 shooting.
Yeah. Wow.
And Nick Garth is the high man with 29 points.
I mean, that's a stellar defeat and another foul by him possibly here, looks like. But
Chris Jones hits the deck.
Yeah, pretty hard.
And Doug Plum's just giving it to the official. And Chris Jones with his second foul. And I want to say this again to emphasize the point. Considering what Chris Jones had to go through in the regular season with the suspension and whatnot, he is doing an outstanding job keeping his composure, and he only has 2 fouls.
Yeah, absolutely, and as we talked about again, he knows that the eyes are all over him. He had that run-in with Stuckman, and he decided to step all the way back to the court as Nick Garth puts up another free throw to make this a 3-point lead yet again. But it will be tough to see who will get the player of the game out of Windsor at least, you know, between Garth and Claiborne here, both doing their thing and contributing big time.
Garth has 30 points.
Exactly.
However, William Claiborne, the big man with the double-double. Jordan Burns sizes up for a 3 and ties it up at 103. And now this is a pressure cooker situation here in Windsor.
Coming down to the wire, yet another nail-biter. 2 barn burners tonight for the NBL Canada on NBL CTV.
Can't ask for a better night to have all those. Titans taking a 2-1 lead in their best-of-5 series. London looking to wrap things up here in the Rose City. Windsor wants to deny any of those chances. Williams sizing up, and the foul on Ellis. Both clubs in the bonus. 5 fouls for Ellis. You have to imagine who's going to be the next man up. We haven't seen Elijah Aphasia in the game yet today, but he is in uniform.
Last game as well. Not stepping on the court at all.
2 games in a row. And Williams regains the lead for the Bolts. Still available to play. Kobe Williams, Marcus Anderson, Aphasia.
Some guys that didn't see court at all last game.
And don't forget Billy White, too.
Yep.
He misses the free throw.
But recovered by London. They might need to make some changes.
Chris Jones up top. He knows this Windsor Express team well. Played with them for the last 2 years before this season. Fakes around twice. Gets it a goal.
Oh, beautiful play
and
by
Chris Jones lets them
around.
know. Yes.
Stomping Chris.
106 to 103, and it will stay with the Express. Bill Jones has seen this situation time and time again in 2022, and now the Windsor Express are playing catch-up. Here's Garth. Inside of the basket, tough shot.
Play. Nick Garth putting the team on his back right now. He has been leading the team in many ways tonight, Aaron.
32 points.
But just being
for the
a leader out there, being a leader for sure. It's all because of his roots.
All in Texas. What a spin move by Amir Williams. Basket does not count. It will stay on the floor. .109 to go in the fourth. And now we'll see Elijah Aphasia check in. Didn't play in game 2 at all. Number of players in foul trouble situation. We'll break down the fouling situation right now. William Claiborne fouled out with 6 fouls. Billy White with 5. We haven't seen him in the second half. Akeem Ellis with 5. Tanner Stuckman and Ja'Kai Taylor with 4.
We see Kobe Williams gearing up, but he could be stepping on the court anytime now.
It's a 1-point lead for the Lightning. Here's Burns, pull-up jumper. Got it! Jordan Burns giving the Lightning one more step closer into going into the NBL Canada Finals, and it's a timeout called by Bill Jones with exactly a minute left in the fourth quarter.
Meatballs don't grow on trees. Or do they? Beyond Meatballs are now at Subway, so you can enjoy plant-based meatballs with no compromise on taste. Try them on the Beyond Meatball Marinara Sub. The new Beyond Meatballs are only at Subway.
Exactly 60 seconds left here in game 3, and the Lightning have a 3-point lead over the Express, and now the ball is in the hands of the Windsor Express. Drake, what do they have to do?
Oh man, what a question. Okay, so literally maybe 2 minutes ago, it looked like the Express had this game in the bag, man. They were composed all over them. But the London Lightning are such a deep team, such a composed team, such an experienced team that they can bounce back and do this. The Windsor Express need to get up. They need to get Nick Garth the rock, and they need him to put up points and secure a decent lead within the first 30 seconds here. Hold it out for the end of the game.
Nick Garth the leading man with 32. Jordan Burns, the leading man for London with 29, including that 3 moments ago. Here's Ellis. The Express are playing with their season on the line. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Inside guard swooping in. Count it! And the foul! Oh, baby!
He prances around. He's got a chance to go to the line and tie this game just like that.
Chris Jones with his 3rd foul. That is okay for the Lightning. They still got plenty of time left and plenty of fouls for Chris Jones. Nick Garth ties it up at 1:08.
And now it's Lightning ball.
36 seconds left here in the game. Here's Jordan Burns. He's had the hot hand all night. Can the Express stop him? Here's Amir Williams. Cutting in one-on-one with Stuckman.
Give it on the shoulder.
Williams puts it up and in. Amir Williams regains the lead for the Bolts.
All right.
And now the Express have 20.4 seconds left and the shot clock
Yep.
is off.
Yep. This is their chance. Ja'Kai Taylor's got the ball.
He's guarded by Burns.
That's the guy
and
you
Nick
want to
has
have
the
it, though.
ball.
That's the guy right there. Oh, no.
And it's almost taken away. Garth saves
9
it.
seconds.
Garth loses control. It's swapped away. And the
that's gonna
Lightning
be
have it. They swoop in. Final seconds. And that is it. It's all over. The London Lightning are going back to the NBL Canada Finals after a stunner. They advanced to the 2022 NBL Canada Finals, their first appearance since 2018, and it took a whole lot out of them to make sure they were able to do that. What a thriller.
What a game. What a valiant effort by the Windsor Express. We can't skip over them. They had it in the bag here, and I mean, to lose to a team like this, you should not be disappointed at all.
What an incredible finish. It looked like Nick Garth was going to seal the deal or perhaps tie the game, but the outstanding defense from the London Lightning proved to be just enough as they escape here with a victory.